Hello? Oh my god, the stream is finally okay again. Okay. Awesome. Hi, everybody. Sorry, that was a weird intro to the penultimate finale. Oh, sorry, not penultimate, the ultimate finale. So, perfect timing, my internet decided we weren't streaming Phoenix Wright anymore. It said, actually, no, you're not. And I said, well, that pisses me the fuck off, because we were at a very crucial moment when Godot was explaining his whole motive. So that's awesome. This is, the end. The finale. This is it. Alright? So, we're gonna beat this, and because of the hilarious internet issues we have to deal with, I'll add on a little tier list like we said we would. And that'll buff out the stream a little more. So I better tell Discord that I'm back. I just did a bunch of tests. I just did a bunch of tests to make sure. I reset my own internet down here. That didn't work. I went up, reset the entire internet, and lo and behold, it worked. So, awesome. Just great. Perfect timing. That hasn't happened in ever so long. Yes, I'm back from hell. Thank you. Thank you. It was my internet. But it doesn't make any sense. My internet was working on everything else, but stream wasn't working. For some reason. Some stupid electronic reason. But one reset later and a computer reset as well. It's finally back up and working. Did those tests even come through? Are they on the Twitch channel? I don't know. But yes. So, hey guys, welcome to the finale of Phoenix Wright, I guess, because this is going to be a separate video from the main one. Lovely, isn't it? No, it didn't count. Oh, thank fucking God. Oh, wait, no. A 2-minute one did. Let me delete that. Is that the right one? Or is that this one? Oh, no, that's this one. I shouldn't delete that. That's this one. Okay, yeah, we're good. It lost all the stuff after I ended? I didn't do anything after I ended, though. After I ended the stream, I didn't do anything else. We're right back where we were at the end of last stream. I think. Last time this happened, it did save what we had done. Because this has happened before. I believe it's still there. It was behind? Oh, was it? Well, I don't locally record these because that makes the streaming even worse, so... Ooh. No, but shouldn't it have reset? Well, now I gotta go check. No, I shouldn't. Okay, recap. Godot is explaining his stuff. Sorry, I guess you missed stuff. Blame the internet! It's not my fault! Listen, I'm sorry, okay? From when it started cutting out, I was mostly talking and working through the internet problem. I only did a few lines. Not much happened, okay? Essentially, if you're coming right off the other one, Godot was like, I needed my accomplices. I got Misty Faye and I got Iris. And that's why Misty Faye helped out, because it was a part of his plan. So that Pearl wouldn't be in the harm's way. So, I think that's most of what got cut off. But again, I don't know how big the delay was. But let's continue now that we're not. She's to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Faye. But, how'd you contact my mother? She'd been missing for almost 20 years. Officially, yes? What do you mean, officially? You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government? Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of Kirin had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Faye still wielded great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor. So my mother was cooperating with you? Don't ever forget it. No matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you. She was always... That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong a resolve to protect you was, look at her staff. Her staff? The one with the sword in it? The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fay if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price.
Mother.
That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean pearls, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, Pearl, what are you gonna do tonight?
Well,
If you'd like, you can come to my room.
perhaps we can read some books together.
We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up.
She was worried and followed me to the inner temple.
Oh, Pearls, you put this whole thing into action! No! That was the thing we were most afraid of. And that's why Misty Faye had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body. What do you mean? If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself. As Master of Kirin, Misty Faye's power was supreme, so that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Faye wouldn't be able to. That's true as well. Why didn't you take the letter in the first place? Be nice. Eat your vegetables. What, is this true? Not one of the plan was to ensure no one was going to hurt my Faye. So that's why I hid myself in the inner temple. Just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Godot. Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to Trey. Huh? There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney. But you're going to have to do the rest yourself. The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Fey? I'm sad to say, you, Mr. Godot. Well, try. If you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own.
No, Nick. Please don't.
Maya.
I heard the whole thing from my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godot. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia and me too.
Maya, I know that.
Nick.
But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. Miss Fey, your testimony, please. This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips.
I understand. You'll have plenty of time to understand it later when they're planted on yours, you fucking piece of shit, fucking hunky lawyer, you fuck. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick.
All right, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder?
Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but that's when I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead, though. She struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out, and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed, and I lost consciousness.
These red lights, I thought you said you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden.
Things break, Tribes, even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still can't prove it. Mine's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest's up to me.
Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness.
Here we go. At least we get a whole cross-examination in this bonus part. This little epilogue. Lights shining in the dark. I don't think you could make a mistake about that.
Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. I can't tell you for sure that they were Mr. Godot's mask either.
I don't get the feeling she's covering for him anymore, but... Just after that, you turned towards the lights and called for help. Isn't that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Godot's mask?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time. But I can't remember after all. There was a person I couldn't identify in front of me.
Maya's life was in terrible danger at the time. There's no way she can remember the details of the scene perfectly.
Alright then, let's go on with the testimony.
That blood, was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood?
I think so, probably, just at that moment. I heard a soft scream that seemed to be close by. It was a woman's voice.
So that's when the killer stabbed the victim from behind with the murder weapon. Is that right?
Without a doubt, Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. What happened after that? That's definitely the interesting part. Struck back. How do you know that?
Well, you're right. I didn't see it exactly. But I could tell by the sounds of their breathing and movement. And also the smell of blood.
We have witnessed more horror than any young lady should ever have to in one life. So then, what did you do at that point?
I couldn't move. I could barely just make it out of the shadows.
I could barely just make out the shadows moving in the dark.
But I had no idea what to do.
Could you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier?
Yes, I think so. But suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark.
They went out?
Yes, suddenly I couldn't see them at all.
What could it mean?
The red lights were coming from Godot's mask. They went out right in the middle of the fight.
Maybe the mask was damaged.
Or maybe it was knocked off. Or maybe the batteries ran out. Right, Try?
Or maybe these little red pinhead-looking lights just stopped working.
What could have really happened then? What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out?
Yes, that's right.
The scream that you heard, then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
Oh.
What? So then that scream came from the killer.
That's gotta be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
And then the killer let out a scream of pain,
With that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well, Mr. Wright, seems to me... Oh, it makes sense to me, or whatever I said, I don't know. I'm still a little shaken up from the internet shitting itself for no reason. Literally no reason at all. Everyone else was fine. No one else's internet went out except mine. A little bullshit, if you ask me.
Well, here we go. I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction.
That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
Ah, well, at least he's honest. Remember the testimony she just gave before the killer let out a scream? Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade in the staff had already been plunged into the victim.
Is that right?
She couldn't have been struck back with the sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff. You're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Trent. There's only one thing I can think of. That could be used as a weapon here. Dagger! Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff. What could have been used to strike at the killer? Do you really have to point it out for me so obviously? There, we knew it. Yeah, it's naturally, the dagger. I mean, everyone knew where I was going with this, right?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree.
Yeah, the detective found it this morning and brought it to me.
Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this. And she managed to wound him as well.
Objection. Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. Well, we know the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim.
No. It was literally said earlier that it wasn't. Have you forgotten that the blood has already been tested? You called the dagger his sweetheart. That is also true! That was weird! Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body. Well, Mr. Godot, would you carefully take your mask off, slowly, for the reveal?
So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godot, it would prove that it's your blood.
Nice theory, Trey. Order! Order in the court!
Is this the end? Have I done it? Even he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test.
Let me ask you something, Trey. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that?
What?
Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by the detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom. Yes, what does that prove? Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blood off and planted another person's blood on it. But it can't be. In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Trey. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance.
What?
In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. Alright then,
Wait a minute!
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation.
Maya?
This dagger, you said that it wounded the killer. That's right. But, if Mr. Godot had really been cut with the dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right? Well, he could have gotten changed easily. Maya? Maybe he just changed his clothes? That'd solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all! Remember back to the day of the murder? Everyone that was in the inner temple side got trapped there.
That's right! And once the bridge was fixed and the inner temple the police headed for the inner temple, Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them.
He never had a chance to change his clothes. Ah! Well, I mean, come on, it's obvious where it is. They even mentioned that the lights went out. This is the most obvious one so far. Maybe he brought his spare change of clothes with him. Come on, Phoenix. Phoenix! Come on, man! What are you doing?
But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes?
I did get his ass. Did the judge take did the judge take smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way he couldn't get any blood on him.
That's impossible, Tribes. You know how cold it gets up there late at night. Ugh. After a few minutes with no clothes on, you would be frozen solid.
Ah.
So that's all you got? I knew you weren't tough.
Ugh.
Right now, if Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already.
Mia Fey were here.
Come on, Trent. Can you do it or not?
Obviously, it's his eyes.
How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godot of being the killer, but can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence?
The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is, I have to prove it. That's the only chance I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. Hey! I can prove it! I sneezed on my sleeve! See this? This is snot. Something Mr. Godot can't produce, because he was poisoned. But what did I find on my sleeve? Hey! Snot, which indicates that he's the murderer. Somehow. Don't you see? I can prove it. I'm gonna bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you wanted it.
That's good. A fight up to the bitter end, Trent. Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty?
Oh boy. Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need.
Give me a break. You got nothing, Trent.
What do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach it from a different angle.
Alright then, Mr. Wright, let's hear what you got.
There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger.
But we decided it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by the dagger, there should be a blood stain on his clothing.
There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound.
What did you say?
Hidden? It's almost like Mr. Godot's got something that covers his face at all times. Oh, shit.
This is it, my last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothing. But what? Do you really expect me to be thinking about that? That's definitely to tell players like, oh, you were so caught up on his clothes, weren't you? No. It's pretty obvious where it is. Or maybe I'm just getting good. But that can't be true. I need to show how he hid the wound.
It's the end of the line, the final stop, Trent. Let's hear what you got. Where's this location where where you say the killer hid his wound?
So yeah, do I just show a picture of him? I guess I do.
Huh. I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half of the lawyer she was. Isn't that right, Trent? What was that? What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him?
Sorry, but Mia broke up with you the moment you were poisoned. I'm her true lover boy. Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. Beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved. Ah! I mean, so cocky for someone who knows he's hiding it the whole time. No remorse, no nothing. Even Edgeworth conceded. Just now, I saw a spirit in you. I never liked you. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought.
Mr. Godot?
But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was itself. Was me. You? Yourself? I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya. Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway. What do you mean? I'm gonna kill you. Wasn't it clear? Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person that should have gone and that I should have gone to and talked right away.
Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important man involved.
Haha, that's me!
Do you know why? The real reason?
No, why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia. Nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong! You put your life on the line to save Maya. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure. What do you mean by that? You wanted her dead, but you did it anyway for Mia's sake, but it was for your sake? But oh, my head is spinning. That night in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette. Part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye or even the little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what's going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect my Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for the woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have simply been a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in a courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off as a true defender of the people. Oh, yeah! In that moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godot. Is he gonna say, "Call me Armando"? I think you ought to know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me.
Thanks. Your wound! It's bleeding! Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears. Tears? Ever since I woke up from my coma. I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando.
You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Is he gonna die now? Is he gonna get... He's definitely gonna... What's gonna happen? This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant.
Yes, Your Honor?
Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in the crime scene is a serious offense in of itself.
I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I was willing to cooperate anyway.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright.
Oh boy. Oh boy, the secret! Oh boy, what's in the box?
Patrick, what's in the box? I want to apologize to you.
Apologize to me? For what?
For the case 5 years ago, of course.
I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Well, not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me.
It's not all that surprising. Two of you hardly knew each other.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and my sister, you only met twice.
I was right! It was Iris the whole time?
I knew. How did I guess that?
Oh my god, I'm a genius! I'm a genius! That was strange. I guess it came out as a joke, but I knew Dahlia wouldn't want to fuck Wright, and 8 months is a long time to be dating someone. You're definitely gonna, you know, do something that time. Huh? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria at this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
No way! It just can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were...
Those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
It wasn't Dahlia?
I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny.
Oh, that's... Aww. You mean...
That's right. I lied to you for 8 months.
But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance, she couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
That's why I let you tap this sweet ass, because I was in love with you the whole time. My sister from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
Prepared for the worst.
She thought that you might discover the truth. That's why she always was ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me?
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place?
I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that it had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you.
I think she must have noticed.
That Iris had fallen for Phoenix proper. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, poor Maya. Sorry. Let's go on a date. This bottle? Nah, you don't want that. Let's go watch a movie or something. I'm bored. Also, by the way, I guess she must have dyed her hair or something. Because she had red hair during that time. Notice what?
My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life or mine.
Iris.
After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
I have something to say to you, too.
Yes?
You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you. Aww.
Thank you.
Alright, hug already, you fucking two bitches. How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I tell you though, right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix Wright? Now he's got one. Yeah, I think you're right. The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise Donham. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant
Not guilty! Yippee!
By the way, this little bonus part was 40 minutes long. I really didn't expect that we had 40 minutes still left, but hey, there it is. Every recurring character except Godot, Judge, and Payne have shown interest in Wright. That is true. Did Von Karma show interest?
Nick, I know we just got out of a murder case, but we're gonna have to deal with another one because, when Dahlia said she had, or not Dahlia, I mean, sorry, it's a bit confusing. When Iris said she had feelings for you, I kind of stabbed her instantly, and now she's bleeding out on the floor. And I'm gonna need you to cover up for me, okay? Okay.
I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served? Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, yep. He said so. Of course justice was served. Mia! I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. But I couldn't save Armando. The man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean, with that verdict? think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You are as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me. Mia! You've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Mia. I'm sure we'll meet again, someday, Phoenix. You know, next time you and Maya get kinky. Bye! Goodbye! Bye-bye! I've handled lots of cases and seen a lot of things. Along this journey, I've found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. To find the truth!
Nick!
But Maya!
I guess it's just like my sis said.
Mia, what did she say?
That night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end.
But...
Come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis, I'm sure Iris too. We owe you everything you've done for us, Nick.
Yes, I said that at the start. We're gonna do the tier list. To pan it out a little bit more. As this little epilogue. Maya, how? How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your own mother murdered.
Don't you know, Nick? Even when things look the worst, us defense attorneys gotta smile.
No! Oh, yeah, Francesca? Still as softy as always, Phoenix Wright. Excellent work, Wright. I'm impressed. But, you might want to cover up your, you're wagging your tail, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, he is! Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back?
Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Francesca have actually been helping me.
Helping you?
If these two hadn't been there on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Wow, but where were you, Nick?
I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold, which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head.
Oh, ouch, talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training.
Maya, you know I walked over a burning bridge to try save you, right?
Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Francesca.
I'm gonna guess this is either Gumshoe or Armando or Iris. Actually, that's a lot of characters, so I'm just gonna go with a simple I don't suppose. God, it's none of the above. It's the worst possible answer! There's room for me in this group hug, is there?
Oh, Larry, it's so good to see you.
What's with the, longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once.
That's not true. Right, Nick?
What? You're asking me? Oh.
We have to...
Our little epilogue, like, support is gonna be for fucking Larry? Well, I guess we started doing that, and we're gonna end doing that. We gotta prove Larry something? Oh my god, really? Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, of course.
I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I was gone for good. No. Oh yeah! Those portraits you painted. They were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy? Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say they lack resemblance. Do you really mean it? What about you, Francie? I drew you well, too. No! My beauty can't possibly be captured on mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something. So then you'll do it, like you promised? You're gonna model for my next picture book. Francie's whippity 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 whippity. Don't get carried away. Oh, so it wasn't Larry. Okay, good. Well, how about that? I guess the painting portraits is the only good thing I'm at. Painting of Pearl is pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearls? Where could she have gone? Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'll go look for her. Be right back. Hey, Pearly!
Is the case done? Are we gonna get pulled into the courtroom again? Pearl's been killed! Ba, ba, ba. Enjoy 12 more hours of this instigating courtroom drama. Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you're wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that's happened. Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand it either. Francesca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well. I think I understand how she feels. Maya's such a much wiser person than she appears. I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can. What do you mean by now is exactly the time? Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. Me! I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya? Or... Sorry, Pearl. This is Pearl. Edgeworth, I think I'm starting to understand too. Ow! Then tell me, Phoenix Wright, what is Maya being strong for? Me? Pearl Fay. Poor kid, after all, the reason she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother. It's for the good of the Fay clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fay's mother was killed and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. That's exactly why Maya's putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake, until she can see her smile again. Hey guys, I forgot I'm supposed to show up. Sorry, Sorry I wasn't at the trial. I was too busy, well, I'll be honest, I fell asleep. Hey, so this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we're quite the bunch of it. Ouch! What was that for, sir? Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. And, you know, on me, buddy. My salary's just sorta kinda gone down by a teensy-weensy bit, but that's alright. Well, I don't think Gumshoe actually did that bad for this case. He didn't make any, like, big mistakes. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight. Meow! Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward. Detective Gumshoe. You said first-class French restaurant? You don't mean... Trespion? Where else? I knew it. We're doomed! Doomed! Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Aw, him and Maggie are... Yeah, well, yeah. Hey, you crybaby! You're invited too! Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser's shack eating potatoes. Yeah. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. He's still out looking for pearls. Oh, Maya, what's wrong?
Nick, what do I do? Pearly, I can't find her anywhere.
Huh? I'll bet she just went back home. That's all.
I thought so too, so I called the village. No one's heard from her. This has never happened before.
As I figured, she's been badly hurt by the incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, what is it, pal? Could you guys go on ahead? But what about you? Maya and I will. We'll join you guys once we find pearls.
Nick!
Don't worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I couldn't miss it for the world. Yeah, but you're the... Wow!
Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead.
Don't keep us waiting, Wright. We have a date to go to. We won't.
But where should we look? Where could Pearlie have gone?
Possibly the office, maybe? Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to. Oh, or back here.
Hazakura Temple?
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon?
Sister Bikini?
I thought we'd be eating mashed potato alone tonight.
So she's here? Pearlie's here?
She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her?
Okay. Pearlie's not here.
Maya! The hanging scroll! I love Hexagon.
Someone cleaned it off.
It's gotta be pearls.
Ah! Missing Maya! Pearlie! Why'd you just leave like that? Missing Maya. Missing Maya!
Aww.
I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that missing Maya's mother.
That's why you came here?
It's the least I could do to pray for your happiness.
Oh, you don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother's gone. But, how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie to make me feel better. No, not really. I mean, Nick's supposedly girlfriend got locked up, so it's all good. She's not in the way anymore. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here is all thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. Even if one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do.
Mystic Maya.
I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty.
Sister Bikini! You're in a bikini!
Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Curain, I don't have a right to face my daughter. But still, Maya's always in my thoughts. It's true, she'll always be with me, until the day I die. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something, all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die?
That's the Master's talisman.
I think that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was so important, rather, it was the contents.
That's... a photo?
Ah! My mother.
It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for?
How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what a human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question.
Oh, that was me and Maya. They broke the Amy one as well. They all How many people broke this fucking urn? Oh. Everyone's fucking broken this piece of shit fucking vase. Poor Amy.
Even when the battle was over, the bonds that connect us are severed. We always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother, too. I learned that from all of them. It was cracked before Pearl did. Oh yeah, I guess it was. Well, shall we get going? Everyone's waiting. This is the day to remember. A day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today.
But I still can't.
Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise.
I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for the three of you when you come back. I was really, kind of expecting Maya to break the cycle and let Pearl be the next master. I thought that's what they were gonna lead up to, but I guess not. But still time, I don't know.
Alright, we're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya, I'll eat lots of food tonight.
You know, there's one thing I don't get. You probably don't want to, but...
What is it, Nick?
Reservations for training's fine and all, but why for 3?
Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us.
The what? I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Huh? What? Wait a minute.
It'd be great, Nick. We're gonna do the special course naturally. That's a great idea after all, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even work on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick?
You know, I was wondering if I can say one thing.
Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it.
I'm getting goosebumps, too. Well then, here goes nothing. Objection! Aww. Man!
I really have to work extra hard now. Master of Curing and the office manager of Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Oh, she got a promotion.
I have to be a good big sister to Pearly, too. As well as,
Did she say as well as Nick?
as long as I'm not locked up or captured or anything like that.
Well, I want to give my thoughts, but there's going to be a lot of dialogue to still go with.
So it's true, Mr. Nick really is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through with the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special, ultra special course here too. I think I'll surprise the two of them by making them a secret reservation.
So are they actually, you know... Now that Maggie brought a new coat for me as a present, pal, I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off.
Yeah, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is just like for the detective you are, sir.
Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly. Pearl is basically us. We are Pearl. We just want them to get together already.
Mr. Wright, I'm once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the Treasures of Curin exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for almost a year. She taught me how to use a whip, and said that I must show you what I've learned.
Never mind. Nope. Moving along. Next person. Bow, 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 bow.
Destiny, I started a company called Master Mass Consulting.
We're dedicated to stopping evil plans of all the criminals in the city. Our motto is, cut it out, please! Pretty cute, huh? Well, also, we'll sell plans to the criminals as kind of a side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals. I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tigre. So I lent him $500,000 and a tea set. A special thick tea, one I mixed with my own 2 hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Been through compromise, Ugh. Don't like that. Wright didn't want it last time we spoke to him, so... I'm just an old man into my way, a wrinkly, grumpy, clown-nosed waste. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old, I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper. Yeah, at least Wright didn't get his wallet stolen this time. As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Elg. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adam Mata. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly. Another palindrome, I assume. Or whatever the word for that is. They had to sneak another one in there. My, more reporters. Since the murder, we've made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a nice visual, especially in the spring. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Woohoo! I finally learned. You've turned into such a respectable man, Feeny. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard and you got a nosebleed. Aww. So Nick ends up with Iris? I'm okay with that. With that. Oh, whoa! Phoenix Wright, Ben Groman Judd. Is that who voiced him? Oh, I like this. Are we gonna get everyone? Objection! Yeah.
Objection!
Objection!
Yeah, fun karma. Francesca. The best character of all! Thank you, David, for that amazing objection. Oh, old bag.
What's this? I'm back for a long and tiring vacation and no one's here to greet me? Well, I guess while I was gone, my little whippersnapper buddy quit, and I've got no one. Oh, what kind of a lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? What's up with all the flashing lights and twitches? I feel like some sort of space alien. And now what am I gonna do with all these macadamia nuts I brought back for everyone? If I bring them over to Edgy Poo, I really can't accept it. Oh, how will you ever find a gentleman who will accept a refined lady like you?
We still have more. I finally found something I love to do! Frenchie's Whippity Whip trip is gonna turn the art world on its head! I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist! A really good portrait artist. And I'm not a loser after all! No, that's to be examined further. I've got an objection to that one. Aww. Is this what he drew? Because that's actually good. Wait, why is Godot with the dead people? Did Godot die? He did die? No! A lawyer only cries once. A lawyer only cries once it's all over. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, Phoenix Wright. Well, we can officially say I'm 100% an Ace Attorney fan now. What a wild ride. Oh, man. Oh, I love it. I loved it. Every bit. Again, as I said before, there wasn't a single case I didn't at least like. Like, obviously the circus one is the worst one, of course, for obvious reasons. But no need to cry like Goda was yapping about. It's not over yet, boys. We got yep, Great Ace Attorney. We've got Investigations coming out in September. We've got the Apollo trilogy. And yeah, I mean that. No more than that, but that's still. What is that? How many games is that? So it's 2 in Investigations. So 5, 7 games. 7 games left. Because there's 2 in Investigations and 2 in Great Ace Attorney, right? Yeah, so 7. Oh boy, 7 more games. We are nowhere near the end. But as I have said, I think I said at the start of the first proper stream, we're going to take a break after this. No more Ace Attorney until September, okay? Ace Attorney is canceled. Not canceled. We're taking a break. I didn't really mean... I said this already, but I didn't mean to play all of these games back to back for like 3 weeks in a row. And I always like... I felt bad, so I was always apologizing, and I kind of stopped doing that, but it's just because I got so invested. Like, these characters, the world, the writing. It was just intoxicating. I loved it. So, you know, as I said, there's more to do. We're going to do a little bit of a tier list. You know, talk a bit more about the game. So, is there already a tier list made for these, or am I going to have to make one myself? Exactly. We need to find out what happened next. And there's still more in the timeline to come, so... And of course, I don't want Big Boss to spoil anything. Okay. One thing. Does Phoenix get with anybody later on? Or is he just solo act the whole time? That's the only thing I want to know. Tide me over with this. While I look for a a trilogy ranking. Ace Attorney trilogy ranking. No, not all games ranked. Ugh. You actually won't answer that? Oh, it does spoil? Oh! Okay. Okay. Because I know there's a big time gap. There's a big time gap between this and Apollo, right? I'm pretty sure, because when I was looking for sprites, I noticed that the ages go up pretty high, and there are 3 more Apollo games, so that's at least 3 more years. But I believe there is a time gap between this and Apollo. And obviously, Investigations happens right after this. Fuck, what's that ranking website everybody uses? I can't remember what it's called. Oh, tier list, not ranking. I was too focused on that. Tier maker, yes. I keep bumping the mic, it's too close to me. Okay. Phoenix Wright. Trilogy. All cases. Phoenix Wright, Attorney, and Justice for All. Ace Attorney and Justice for All. Phoenix Wright characters, English voices. Ace Attorney Trilogy cases. Here we go. 14. That seems right. Okay. Got it. Oh yeah, I do want to apologize again just for the internet thing. Obviously, I couldn't do anything about it, and thanks, Twitch. I know it's not Twitch's fault. It was my internet's fault. That hasn't happened in so long, and nothing else was breaking, so I have no idea why it started doing that. Window capture. How does this look? Ah, perfect. Sweet. Look at this. Okay. Let's go. I guess we'll keep this music on. Alright. The very first case, which is the one where Larry was accused of killing his girlfriend at the time, quote unquote. This one, it's not that great of a case. It was a fun introduction. It got everything kind of rolling. It was the first one. They didn't really know what they were doing. It's not bad though. I'd say that's a C. Personally, I think that's a C. I don't think it was perfect. It was very short. There wasn't much going on. I guess it had a semi-good mystery. But I think it pales, especially in comparison to the next trial, which is the one that made me fall in love with the game. Case 2 is excellent. Mia's murder, just right off the bat, you're like, oh, this is cute. It's gonna be like a little lawyer dating game where you get with the Mia, and it's gonna be all cute, and you're gonna become a defensive lawyer. You're gonna be like together, and then obviously Maya's introduced and Mia's killed, and right off the bat, you're like, okay, no character is safe. They'll kill off anybody. And the whole thing with Red White, it was a great mystery that delved into the first little bit of lore we got. I think, is that it? Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I think 1, 2's an S. Yeah, I'd say so. Now, the Steel Samurai one, it's steel, right? It's Steel Samurai? Is it steel or is it silver? I'll never figure it out. This one's good. I don't think it was as good. It's kind of on the same length as 1-1. It had a good mystery. It was a bit long, and it didn't really add that much extra to it after a certain point. It was kind of just dragging for me. Steel Samurai. It wasn't bad at all, but I don't know. It took a while to complete it. I don't think it should have. I'm giving that one a B. That might be controversial. I don't know. It did introduce Old Bag. Now that is a crime in of itself to put it in B. But I don't know. I didn't like it as much. It was still good. This is all, you know. I'm trying to be a little bit more harsh. You know, I don't want to give everything an S tier, because fuck, I would if I could. Because next case right here, that's obviously an S tier. Are you kidding me? The Von Karma case with Edgeworth, that's such a cool mystery and such a cool twist that the killer was outside the elevator. And using the metal detector in his arm, wonderful little bit of, like, it's like coincidental storytelling, but it's still, like, great at the same time. It just works. Perfectly encapsulates Phoenix's luck. Yeah, the killer being the prosecutor, which they did kind of copy over here, but, you know, whatever. Okay, 1-5. This was a very long case. One of the longest. But I really liked this case as well. It did meander, because it's so long. But for good reason, and I did like where it ended up, and I did like the new character. who hasn't shown up again yet because obviously this was a DS character. It was for the remake on DS. So I hope we see her again one day. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. I've already forgotten her name. But I'll put that in A. I don't think it quite rises to S. But it's definitely too good to put any lower than A. 100%. Emma Scott. Yes, thank you. Is 4 over 2? Oh, yes. Definitely. It's pretty close, but yeah, I would say so. So the first case of the second game with Maggie, I really liked this. I think I said it at the time, but I thought it was a big step up from especially our little 1-1. I think it was a huge step up. It was a way better mystery. It was really cool how instantly... It's a bit silly how Phoenix Wright lost his memory, but it tied in really well, and it didn't... I was worried that that was going to be a big plot point, that he lost his memory and he had to regain himself. But that all happened in the span of one chapter. I'm really glad. Excellent. Excellent start. That's another A. I wouldn't, there was no lore that really came through. I do actually like this more than 5, I think. I don't know. It's just a really good start. Oh, and I feel bad putting that in front of 1-5, but nah. It's my tier list. I get to do what I want. It was really good. Now, 2-2. This was the trial for Pearl's mom, Morgan. Obviously being an accomplice to the murder of that whole thing. This had one of the greatest twists. I was enamored by this twist, because I didn't see it coming at all. Until it was right about to be, revealed. I figured it out. That was, the first time that had happened, I think. And it was just mind-boggling. It really left an impression on me. I love this one. I don't think... Yeah, okay, it's going in S. I'm sorry, it is. Just that... Yeah, it's so good. No. Don't never post this to the subreddit. Don't show me there. Don't put me over there. I'll never be accepted. But yeah, I love that case. For that, and Pearl as well. I don't know if I said it on the thing, but I was kind of scared about Pearl's characterization. I didn't know how she was going to be handled. They handled her perfectly. She's characterized amazingly. I love Pearl. She's so sweet. She's a little kind-hearted little soul. We stand Pearl over here, okay? We love Pearl. We will protect her at any cost. She is a little bean, as we say. So 2-3. This is the... Okay, jog my memory. What's 2-3? This is the first case I've actually kind of forgotten. Just give me any info on it, and it'll shake loose. It's just because it's Von Karma on there. I don't remember what it is. Is this the circus one? Is this Circus Olay? Yes, this is the circus one, isn't it? I just need confirmation. It's circus? Okay. Because whenever I think of circus, I think of Mo the Clown, alright? Now, I think 2-3 is pretty bad for the age gaps, and that being a major plot point of the episode. It's horrible. It's really bad. I don't like it at all. Even by Japan standards, that's creepy. I think Phoenix Wright actually did kind of bring up the 9-year-old girl thing in the third game, referring to Pearl and Larry. Or was that this game, or was that the previous one? That happened at some point. I was like, okay, finally. I really didn't like that. Obviously, it rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But, it's Japan, whatever. And it had Mo the Clown. That's my ultimate point, is it did have Mo the Clown. Prominently not a pedophile, and was really funny. And I loved doing the Mo voice, because Mo's just a silly little clown. That's tough, because there's a lot to not like here. And the rough, The rough explanation of things. That's probably like the worst explanation of a crime so far. The cape. The cape is the worst offender. The fucking cape just fluttered onto the statue bust. No. Kind of a waste of Mo. It's a waste of Mo. I'm gonna say that. Mo deserved better. I'm gonna have to put it at D. I can't give it an F because there are parts I like, and I didn't hate most of what surrounded the weird stuff. They get rid of the love plotline in the anime version? Well, I hope that's true. Okay, so 2-4. This is the one... Sorry, I'm blanking. I remembered it as I was looking at 2-3 and 2-4. I was like, oh yeah, at least I remember 2-4. Now I'm blanking again. Can I get a quick reminder, please? This was like 2 weeks ago now. I can't be blamed, can I? This was The Killer. That's right. That's right. I mean, we all love that one. That one is probably here. Yes, The Killer. Right. Yes, of course. The kidnapping case. How could I forget the kidnapping case? That's impossible. What can I say about the Killer case? It was excellent. It was wonderful. There was a few little iffy parts where it's like, how does nobody recognize this guy with a big seam on his face? Cool design, obviously, but nobody really pointed it out when they saw the guy, and then it was revealed that it was the butler after all. It was like, we saw him, and Maya saw him, and Maya went with him. But I guess they had to explain how she got kidnapped and everything. Which is an excellent plotline, and having to stall the trial to ensure Maya's safety before we could purposefully get a guilty, because we knew, you know, our client was, well, he was guilty. That evil little gremlin man. Yeah, excellent. I think, did I enjoy it more than 1-4? I think I did. I think I did enjoy it more. Thank you. I will hydrate. And I liked it more because I think I did say this a lot in the first one. I'd already seen snippets of Ace Attorney 1 because I had watched the Game Grumps play it at some point. And then I'd kind of forgotten all the plot points, and we still struggled on it. And there was still some surprises and everything. So I knew bits and pieces about the final case. But that was not the case for 2-4, or anything beyond the first game. Specifically 1-4. 1-4 was the extent of my knowledge. I had nothing to do with 1-5 or anything else. And that still goes true. I haven't seen anything from Apollo or Great Ace Attorney or Investigations. I've kept it all... No info. I have no idea what's going to happen. But obviously I had an inkling in the first game. But I still wanted to play it because it would, you know, it's weird to leave it out, you know, and there was 1-5, which I hadn't seen. Alright. Next. 3-1. So, the very start of this game. And what a start it was. A flashback to Mia Fey's first trial. Oh, no. Her second trial. This was the one where it was, College Phoenix. That's right. I love this trial. Seeing College Phoenix and and, you know, Dahlia. So interesting. So fun. I really loved it. I'm gonna put this one an S. See, this is why I was trying to be mean, because 3 has so many good cases. 3 is, like, almost all bangers. I didn't... Oh my god. Yeah, so, this one, excellent. So much lore. Setting up everything that's gonna come later. This is probably... I'm tempted to almost put it over 2-4, to be honest. Yes, it was nice having you here as well, Laser. Oops. I have to keep switching back off of my tab to look at you guys. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? It was great. Started everything. All right, 3-2. We get to meet Prosecutor Godot, and we were working for. Who is this one for? That wasn't another flashback, was it? Was this Mask to Mask? Was this the Mask to Mask case? The second one? 3-2? 3-1 over 1-4? I think so. It is, okay. So Mask to Mask case. Again, another banger. Mask to Mask is such a fun character. We got all those Persona jokes out. We got, that wacky little detective who wanted to be the center of attention. So good. I'm tempted to give it an A just to lower the S count. And I think I'll do that. Because, you know, it wasn't perfect. I didn't love the setting entirely. But what it set up was pretty good. You know, getting people, you know, back into knowing about Curain and everything to set up the finale. And again, Mask to Mask is such a fun character, and loved him and his wife. It was very fun to work through. I'm tempted to just put it up there in S, but I can't put everything in S. I gotta say, I liked it least out of all of those, so I guess that bumps it down to A. I don't. Fucked if I know. Okay, and now we've got the Imposter Phoenix case, which was, again, excellent. I loved it. The Imposter Phoenix was, well, he was, I was expecting a little more, maybe self-reflection for Phoenix or something, to set up an arc, but no. I mean, it's kind of just like, it's kind of just a funny red fellow. in the mafia or the mob kind of ties was interesting. I like to see that. Oh, there's the saw. Well, good thing we're at the part everybody's already clicked off. But yeah, is there anything bad I have to say about it? I don't know. I feel like they really pushed us around with Mario's testimony. Like, that was kind of a big waste of time. But I still liked him. It was still fun. Yeah, I guess I'll have to give this another A. It's not the best. It's not the best of the best. Yeah, but probably behind 2-1 as well. I don't think it's as good as that. I think that's a good spot for it. Okay, so 3-4. This was the next flashback case, which was, of course, the murder of Dahlia's stepsister, and what a case. I mean, this was such big lore revelations were revealed here. This was Mia's first case, which obviously was alluded to in 3-1, and why this game overall is so much, why all of this game's, you know, trials are all up in S and A, is because they all link together really smartly. And it was a really fun idea to have 3-1 be the closer one to our timeline than 3-4. You know, it was very, very smartly written. I very much enjoyed all of the callbacks and call forwards, I suppose. I loved it. That's an S. That's an easy S. Did I like it more than the first one? No. I like the college setting, and I like seeing previous Phoenix more than what was really put there. Me in a maid outfit is top of S? Well, okay, put it back in your pants, brother. Okay, and 3-5. Is there any other place for it? Do I even have to say what I think about 3-5? We just endured it. I mean, what a trial. calling back to almost every little detail, all the little tiny things being tied up. You're being funny. Yeah, that's your excuse for everything, Mr. Clown. But all the loose ends just coming together. I'm really sad that Godot passed away right after that. He seemed pretty good in court. I guess he was holding together more of himself than we thought. And I guess, you know, he could let go now that he realized. But still, I would have liked to see him, I don't know, do something else. So, Big Boss, he never returns? Well, I guess he's dead, so... I'm sure he's maybe mentioned, at least, but... Is he in any flashback or anything? Because I really liked... I really liked Godot. He had such a cool arc. It was very lore-filled. I mean, this is the final ranking. He might not actually be dead, but it's implied. Well, thanks for the coy answer. I guess technically, you know, there could still be Ace Attorney games coming. Well, I think we're... I don't know if we're 100% sure they're coming, but I'm pretty sure. There's been a big Phoenix Wright kind of comeback, you know? People know the name a lot more now. And with this trilogy and Investigations, everything getting remakes and imports, I think now would be the time for a brand new Ace Attorney game. Yeah, so there you go. That's the full ranking right there. Shall we share it on X or FB? No. Fuck, it was so good. So good. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've kind of said it all already. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we end for today? Before we head off? Whew. Let the comments fly. No. I'm not sharing it with nobody. Only you guys get to see this. Don't you dare repost it anywhere, okay? This is between you and me, alright? I know my opinions are bad because I'm kind of just going by the seat of my pants. I don't have any, like, proper criticisms for any of the cases other than really the circus one. I have already seen those outtakes, by the way. The only Phoenix Wright stuff I had seen was that Game Grumps playthrough, and that. I have seen it. It's very funny. But I think it's okay. You know, if you're interested in looking it up, it's bloopers from the anime. They let the voice actors kind of go on and do little extras. I have already seen it. I don't know, I was just curious. It popped up in my feed one day. They're already coming to get me? Okay, good. Is there a reason? Do they have a reason they don't like this? You know? Which specific case got me in the most trouble? Is it because I put 1-5 in A tier and not S? I don't know. Is that why? Because of 2-1? Really? Because of 2-1? Why? Is 2-1 too high or is it too low? They wanted it... Is this your... Are you doxing me right now? Are you disagreeing with me? Go ahead. Where would you put it? One 5 is either on the bottom for being too long or the top for being good. I'm allowed to have mixed opinions. I think those both equate to it being in the middle. Or near the top, at least. The saw is still going on. I mean, do we really have anything else to discuss? Can I bounce now? Also, apologies. I wanted to do Wukong today. They don't like Amnesia and think it's kind of boring? Wow. I mean, that was my one complaint, is that I don't really like the Amnesia plotline, but I like what they did with it. You think it's B tier? Well, that's pretty close. I think people should lighten up. What has Laser sent me? Oh, when you guys were talking? Yeah, you did. Goda, he's the only one left. Wow. Yeah. Good job, Laser. Again, if I have to explain 2-1, that's like the biggest one, the biggest offender. Well, Ace Attorney fans, I think you're being a little too harsh on it. Amnesia's only overdone because it's overdone. And they didn't really dwell on it that long. It was resolved pretty quickly. Yeah, Big Boss, I have seen your nuts. Alright, listen, it's okay. They're good nuts. What can I say? Anyways. Yeah, I think 2-1 was good. I really liked it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Maybe the Amnesia does put it down further. Not for me. I don't think it was that offensive. It got cleared up really well. It, again, led to the tutorial, which makes more sense than people having to, like, remind Phoenix Wright. Though I do like the explanation for it in the third game more, because you start as Mia. Your collection of pistachios. Well, listen, I have. And honestly, it's shameful that you have half of them without their shells on. That's a little too lewd. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go now. I think we've said everything there is to say. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Black Myth Wukong. I think we're gonna play tomorrow. And, yeah. Phoenix Wright will return. He will return. Probably not in investigations, or at least not in investigations properly, but I don't know that. Maybe he is in there. He wasn't on the cover, and I'm guessing that's probably a good key. But he probably makes an appearance, at least. So I'll see you guys September 6th for that. We got a lot happening in September. We've got Persona 3 Reload's DLC coming out as well at the same time. So things are going to get hectic. I might try to take time off work so we can blast through a bunch of stuff, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for joining me for this journey. Big Boss and Laser specifically, you guys have been here basically every stream. I really appreciate it. It was very, very fun. And I can't wait to enjoy Investigations and Apollo with you guys too. As well as Great Ace Attorney. We've got plenty more to go through. So, that saw. I really want to just incinerate it. Bye, everybody.